Hello, Aries. Thank you so much for joining me, and happy Valentine's Day. All right, guys, so beautiful cards this week, but I do think that some of you are really needing to go out and release some energy here. So from Late Vampire, you pulled Maynard, Madness, Ecstatic Ritual, and Energy Release, and then from Chakra Wisdom, you pulled Creation. Now, all this excitement may be because of you getting to create your life the way that you want to. One of the questions with creation says, are you waiting for someone else's permission to create your own life? Now you are becoming a creator of your own life here and allowing that divine inspiration to kind of come in. And there's a reason to be excited. Maynard is one of my going out and having a good time cards, but it can really show that there may be a need for you to go nuts for a little bit and release all this pent up energy. But it is saying that it's okay for you to give way to feelings of intense bliss and excitement and happiness, especially if you are now in control of your own life here and full on becoming a creator. Here is your overall for the week. The Eight of Wands, so things picking up speed, possibly doing some communicating here, needing to act in the moment, or wanting a situation to start moving quickly. The Eight of Wands is one of those cards too where you may be seeing like everything start falling into place for you right now, which is a really good thing. But fast moving energy, quick communication that's going on. Now, in the past, talking about being fast, the Chariot. Now, I worry a little bit about what that means here coming up. The Chariot is really about willpower and self-control. I feel like in the past, looking at this, you know exactly where you're going. You have control over where you're headed. You're picking up momentum big time here with the Eight of Wands. But now for some of you, it could literally be that you're going to be doing some traveling here. And again, with the Eight of Wands, travel comes up with that too. But, like I said, let's be honest here. When we're talking about Aries, self-control only lasts so long. And again, we're looking at Maynard. But we'll see. We'll see what's happening. Wow. All right. So judgment in the present. This one gets to me, but that's just me. I look at judgment and go, damn, man, do I really need to go through this? But it is about the rebirth, right? Making amends with the past, making amends with who you were in the past, especially if you were out of control in the past. But I don't think that that's the case. I don't think that this is a situation where you're like inaccurately judging a situation. I really think it's about you going through a rebirth, which is great. Hearing that call to action. So not bad, not bad. Wow, what's happening? Oh, jeez. The High Priestess in future conditions. So it's like needing to stop for a minute. So you've got all this momentum going forward here. You feel like you've hit a rebirth. You're on the move. Things are picking up speed, definitely. But with the High Priestess, she's passive. It's like stop for a minute here and start observing things before you act. And there may be some information that you were not aware of that is being communicated to you. And I wonder here with judgment being in the present, if this isn't something that you thought was like, done and over with. It is what it is. I've moved on from this. And then all of a sudden, it's like, here's this information coming back through. And it's like stopping progress almost. But it's not like a bad thing. Like, I don't feel like it's deceptive. When the High Priestess shows up, it's one of those things where it's just something that you were not aware of, but that information does become available, and a lot of times it comes through the intuition and paying attention to that and what it's telling you. But because of the Eight of Wands being there, it's like being communicated to and realizing there were some things that, you weren't aware of. Wow. Wow, Aries, what the fuck? What the hell is happening? The Fool. So if you do have information that's coming through that may stop you, it may be something that's worth checking out. With the Fool being your best path to follow, yeah. Having faith, taking that leap of faith, needing to take a new path here. And, I feel like you're in a good spot. I mean, with the Chariot and Judgment coming through, I think you're good. There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to full on experience something coming through. Especially if it's like, oh wow, I didn't know this, right? But the Fool, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter that you don't know what's going to happen next, because it's all about the experience, especially for Aries. But I do think that, the communication is what's sticking out to me here. But it's because of that situations start to pick up speed. But you needing to go for it. Oh, in your environment, the moon. What the hell? Okay. Now, with Judgment, when we're talking about making amends with who you were in the past, it may leave you in like this position here where you may be questioning yourself. When we look at the illumination cards, one of the things I say about the moon is that it's reflecting the light of the sun, which is about self-reflection, but this is inner. This is why it's connected to the subconscious mind. Now, for some of you, you may be confused about yourself and who you are. You may be seeing yourself in a distorted way, right? Projecting fears and anxieties onto a situation. Now, what I think is happening here is that a situation that you weren't aware of comes up in a way where it's like, what do I do with this? And it's like Spirit saying, go for it. Go for it. I don't necessarily see the moon as a bad thing, not with the Judgment being there. And you have these two very powerful, like, psychic, intuitive cards going on here and needing to follow your instincts, And again, it brings me back to this feeling where I think that you knew where you were headed in the past, but something is like putting the brakes on. But I'm not really seeing it as a bad thing. And good Christ, Aries, really? Are you kidding me right now? Everything's on a major level this week. Oh my God. All right. Give me a second here. Your hopes and your fears, the sun. The sun, the sun. I think that this is about hoping that the situation is going to breathe like new life into you, because I always feel like, being rejuvenated by the sun, which is a good thing. But then also, hoping that you're seeing everything for what it really is. And with the sun being there, it's a good indicator that, yeah, it's not about deception. It's not about lies. It is about seeing everything for what it really is. But my God, hell. Aries, I'm used to your readings being really like in depth for me, but this is crazy. With all the majors, everything is at a major scale right now. And you're not playing around this week. All right. Oh, no shit. No shit. I got it. I see. The Ace of Wands. That's why. That is why. I think that there's something from the past that's coming back up here in a way that's like making you question it with the moon. Now, again, with the sun, like I said, there isn't any deception going on here. I just think that you weren't aware of this or didn't know that this was still available to you. With the Ace of Wands being the outcome, come on now. With Aries, right? Who doesn't want that? Especially with Valentine's Day coming through. The boner card, yes, yes. Now, for some of you, it could just be about, new creative ideas, a new passionate beginning. That spark that lights that fire under your ass and makes you want to go after it. And you got the Chariot there. But I do think that this is a situation where communication comes through about, this opportunity that I think you have made amends with. Like thinking that it wasn't a real possibility, and then all of a sudden here it is. And it's like brought out to the light of day. Spirit is telling you, yes, yes, go for this. Now, with the Page of Pentacles, this was your signifier for last week, I think it was. needing to get something going. And it's because of communication that comes through with the Page of Pentacles that they want to get something started, wanting to make something real. And you're putting in a lot of effort here, but it's like to really fully realize this, there may be some things that seriously need to be cleared away for you. You know, whether it's self-doubt or whether it's a situation that you're in right now that just is not the best thing, or if it's just, you know, old thoughts and old ideas, like needing to get rid of all that junk and starting over again, like literally wiping the slate clean. I mean, all three of them, so that you can fully, like full on experience this Ace of Wands. Holy shit, Aries. Yeah, so I can understand where Maynard is coming through. I think that this is a good thing for you. I think it's an exciting thing coming through, exciting communication for sure. Because like I said, it's like you made amends with this. Like, okay, it's not going to be realized. It's okay. You know, you are who you are. You're moving on now. But it's like it comes through out of nowhere. Like, what the hell? You know? But I don't see the Tower as a bad thing. I don't. I just think that there are things, you know, for you that need to be cleared away here before you can fully realize this. Soul trees, tell me something. What's going on? You have everything happening on a major fucking scale right now, but it looks really great, Aries. Rebirth. You're definitely going through a rebirth. But it's the rebirth of a beginning that I think that you wanted before. And I think you made amends with the fact that it wasn't going to be a reality, but all of a sudden, boom, surprise, here it is again. And yeah, there's going to be a reason to celebrate and go nuts and needing to release all this excitement and magic, right? It's like magic. Oh, your fucking readings, I'll tell you. But one of the things that I will say is that, you know, I've had really difficult readings. Not everything is great for everybody. So I'm telling you right now, if this reading resonates with you and things are really good, enjoy it and be grateful for it. Because this is perfect. I mean, who, like I said, who doesn't want the Ace of Wands? You know, and it makes sense with Judgment being there and still looking at the energy of the Page of Pentacles. But then the Tower, you know, maybe it didn't become a reality before, because there were some things that really like needed to be cleared away. But, you know, with everything you have going on, like I said, completely cleaning the slate here. And the heart of the matter, there is more going on than meets the eye. Recognize what this is all about. And I kind of feel like, you know, that's where, you know, the Moon and the Tower are coming in here, because I'm not really seeing this as a bad thing at all. You know, but there's more to this situation, than what you're seeing, but you need to have faith in it and have faith in, you know, your choice here to take a leap with this. But hell yeah, with the Ace of Wands coming out, yes. And I think it's perfect for you guys. All right, Aries, let's just settle down now. Just settle down. And it's no wonder why these are showing up. I'm telling you, you guys are going to have to release some pent-up energy here. You have 7 majors going on. Everything's happening on a major scale. But I do think that this is about an opportunity coming back through that I think that you've already made amends with the fact that it didn't become a reality before. And it's almost like, where is this coming from? Now, travel and communication can definitely be what is kicking this off. But with the Chariot as the past coming through, I think you had a pretty good idea of where you were going, where you were headed. You were in control. But like I said, you know, it's like, where is this coming from? You've already made amends with it, but when you're talking about rebirth, yes, and second chances, definitely. And I don't think that this has to do with deception. I think you question it. But again, I don't think that there's any deception going on here. Now, the other thing that I'm picking up with the Moon, and this usually doesn't happen to me when it comes to majors, but time frame. So possibly Pisces. But like I said, with the High Priestess, it's like everything just stops. And it's like information starts coming through, and I think that you're hoping that it is what it really is. Now with the Sun, yeah, you're seeing everything for what it is. And again, no deception. Like, I don't get that at all here. But the other thing with the Sun is like hoping that this is going to be it. This is going to be that situation that like breathes life back into you, and there's this energy and all this excitement, because who the hell doesn't want the Ace of Wands? I mean, hell yeah. It's perfect for you guys. The only thing that bothers me about this is looking at the Page of Pentacles. Like, this should have already started, but I think you were okay with the fact that it didn't. Now, really still wanting to put in the effort here to make it a reality with the Eight of Pentacles, but with the Tower being there, that may be the reason why this wasn't fully realized before. Something needs to be cleared out big time. And I mean on all three of them. All three of them are all about wiping that slate completely clean, wiping everything clean, and starting over here. And whatever is going on with the Tower, I do think that it's about you and needing to clear everything out before it's okay to start really putting in the time and effort into this and making it a reality. Whatever it is here, whether we're talking about a new job, a new relationship, but you're still willing to put in the effort for this. But something needs to be completely wiped out. Now, again, with, the Fool, right? Having faith, taking that leap of faith and trusting in the process. But I also feel like it's because you need a new experience. Now, rebirth, celebration, and magic, I don't really need to say anything on this. It's perfect. But again, have faith, but then the heart of the matter. And I think that that's where the Tower is coming through. And realizing that there's some things that need to be completely wiped away for you first before you can do this. And I'm going to say it again. If you're having a good week and you have all these major things going on and everything is going good, enjoy it. Enjoy it. A lot of readings are tough, and it's good to see that, there are still opportunities for you to make the most of beginnings that, have the potential to be something really important in your life.